What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at none other than the SH Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen greatness, King of Curses, Ryomen Sukuna himself. And this is one that I have been waiting on ever since I saw those promo images. Let's go ahead and take a look at this guy, starting off with the sexy packaging. Now, the package fits exactly what we've been getting with the Jujutsu Kaisen line so far. You have the slim and slightly colorful packaging with a bit of dull color to it. You've got some of the accessories lined up on the side. You got a window where you can see the figure right here. It does say Sukuna right there. We've got an image of him right here, one in the background, and it's just kind of him posed up going on full attack mode. On the top, we've got another image up here looking really, really dope. On the bottom right here, we've got him fighting, and then of course on the back we've got some poses you can get the figure into up top, as well as some of the accessories, and then on the bottom a bunch of stuff that I can't read because I imported this figure. Now anyway, let's go ahead and bust this guy out of the packaging, man, because you guys already know how it goes when it comes to JJK. For me, I'm always excited for these releases. Now, right out of the packaging, we have the man himself, Sukuna. And sheesh, man, you guys already know when it comes to the JJK stuff, I've said it a million times, I'm going to like it regardless, just because I'm such a big fan of the series. But there's not a whole lot new with this figure other than the faces and the upper body. The lower body is exactly what we've gotten before with the Yuji Itadori figure, which it was to be expected considering the fact that they were making this version of Sukuna. I honestly was hoping that they would have given us the version of him in the robe, which was when he was looking down at Mahito, or even whenever Yuji kind of dives into his own soul and kind of has a conversation with Sukuna. The one that we've seen basically of him in his outfit. It's simple as that, the kimono. That's what I was hoping for when this figure was announced. This right here was a bit of a shocker. I feel like it was partially a cop-out, but I mean, Sukuna is a character who's going to be remade in the future for sure. You know that if you're reading the manga, but I do also hope that they give us the version we want. But anyway, that's just a little kind of issue I have with this figure. Now let's go ahead and zoom in and take a closer look at it. Putting my little nitpick to the side, here is the figure up close, and as you guys can see, he's got his demented smile right out of the packaging. And if you guys don't know Sukuna, I don't know what to tell you, but if you do know Sukuna, this guy is straight up a domestic terrorist, man. This guy is on full demon mode all the time, straight up Black Air Force One energy. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Anytime this guy comes into the story, something bad is going to happen. There is about to be a major shift in the balance of the Jujutsu Kaisen storyline. That's just how it is, man. Nothing good ever comes from Sukuna showing up, other than the plot gets very interesting. But yeah, man, this figure captures the character perfectly. You've got all the sculpted muscles and everything. He was pretty beefy when he fought Megami like this, and I don't know, I think he was a tad bit more muscular. I'll have to go back and look, but either way, this looks good, man. I love how they got the painted tattoos and everything on here. Looks very, very solid, very, very clean work. Nothing really looks off or out of place. I don't have any paint that's where it shouldn't be. The back muscles and everything are there. This guy just looks good. I love the painted claws. And then, of course, the paintwork on the face, man. The faces are definitely what's going to sell this figure to a lot of people, because the expressions this guy comes with are crazy. And I'll get to those once we get to the accessories. But overall, man, this thing looks good. Not a whole lot to cover. Actually, I do want to show him off next to Yuji, though. As you guys can see, the hair sculpt is a tad bit different, but overall, I mean, it's just about the same. And actually, nah, it's quite a bit different. It's a little bit more spikier, a little bit more defined, but I'm pretty sure you can use this hair sculpt on Yuji, and we're about to find that out right now. So for any of you wondering, you can swap the faceplates. They will fit onto the other head just fine, but you will not be able to line up the hair. As you guys can see, that black piece does not connect. The sideburns don't connect to the front of the hair. And then you get a little bit of gapping in this version right here. So it isn't going to work that way. But I haven't tried this. I'm actually going to try this on camera. I'm sure you could probably just pop the head off. And let's see. Yep, that clicked right on there. And this is the head sculpt for the actual Sukuna figure. So let's see. I gotta take this Yuji faceplate off. They fit, but they were not meant to go on there. And sorry, this is kind of messy, but I just wanted you guys to see. If you want to put the Sukuna head sculpt on the Yuji body, this is, I think that's the wrong hair sculpt. Is it? I don't know now I'm confused. I don't know, but here it is, the Sukuna head sculpt on the Yuji body. And while I'm at it, I want to show this too, just because I'm sure someone's gonna ask. And this is just a little extra segment that I'm doing for you guys because I appreciate you. But if I've hit the camera a couple of times, I'm sorry about that. I'm working with a small space. Let's see, there we go. You can actually fit the clawed hands on Yuji also. So if you prefer this look for Sukuna, and if you've got the Yuji figure, which I don't know why you would have the Sukuna figure if you didn't have the Yuji, here you guys go. This works just fine, and honestly, I like this a whole lot better. I'm probably gonna buy a third Yuji figure just for this. I'll probably buy 2 Sukunas and 2 Yujis just for this. I like this a whole lot more than the actual Sukuna we got, personally. Now, when it comes to the height on this guy, to the top of his head, he is just shy of 6 inches. He's actually right under it. And it feels like he's a tad bit on the smaller side, but I'm not going to say that's inaccurate because it could just be my mind telling me that Sukuna is supposed to be big, he's supposed to be bulky, but again, I've got to go back and rewatch this fight because I think this is only him after he's consumed about 2 or 3 fingers. It wasn't a whole lot, so maybe he just hasn't grown yet. And then again, he can also probably reduce his size, especially when he's inside of a vessel. So I don't know, it's just my imagination, I think. Anyway, I will be showing some size comparisons later so we can see how he scales with other JJK figures. Now, when it comes to the articulation on this guy, you can pretty much just look at this figure and tell what you're gonna get. Or maybe not. Maybe that's just me because I've collected enough SH Figuarts. But he looks up very, very well. That is really good, man. You can get Sukuna looking at you from beneath, which he normally doesn't because he's the type to look down on his opponent. So there it is in terms of looking down. You do get a whole lot of movement out of the head. The arms go up and out about that much, way more than your typical T-pose. So he's going to be able to fight. The hands come all the way in, so those clawing poses, not going to be much of a problem. You can have him grabbing somebody's neck, whatever you want to do. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that go all the way to the back of his neck. If you move them right, the hands are on a ball peg and they move around pretty much freely. At the diaphragm, he leans back about that much, forward about that much, not a whole lot. You're going to get a tad bit more out of the waist, but you get a lot more going back than forward. I wish you got a tad bit more going forward though, man. I feel like it would have been perfect to implement that with this guy versus having the limitations of the figure when he's fully clothed. But whatever, it is what it is. He can kick all the way up. So Sukuna can totally give you a launcher if he wants to. And that, just imagine like Sukuna just kicking someone to the sky while looking down on them. That's crazy, man. He can do the splits just fine. He does have a really good thigh swivel. That's great, but it's the same as Yuji's. He does have double jointed knees. Foot goes down about that much, up about that much. Really good ankle rocker. And then he does have toe hinge. So articulation wise, pretty much the same thing we've gotten with the lower half. The upper half is new, but once again, you can look at it and pretty much tell what kind of articulation you're going to get with it. Everything works very well, and I couldn't complain about it. Now, when it comes to accessories, you really don't get a whole lot, which, I mean, it's to be expected. This scene was only probably about 15 minutes, I think. So, I mean, I understand it, especially after he ripped off the shirt. But anyway, you do get this neutral expression out of the package. Well, it's actually not neutral, it's evil. You get this pair of kind of reaching, grabbing, claw hands. You do get this expression right here where he's kind of like, whatever. He's basically telling someone, bro, you beneath me, stop it. You do get this really dope evil smile with the dilated pupils. I really like this a lot, man. It just a lot of sinisterness to this expression, and also wanted to compare it to the Figma because I just wanted to. And honestly, I thought this was great when I first got it. But now that we've gotten all these new faceplates for Sukuna from the SHF, I'm sorry, man, Figma's not keeping up. And then we get this evil expression right here. Like, I love this. This is my favorite one without a doubt, man. This just looks crazy, yo. You know he's about to do something demented when he makes this smile right here. Like, my boy Sukuna plays no games. Anyway, he comes with one right hand. This is for whenever he's palming his chin and he's thinking of a master plan or something evil. I said evil a lot in this review, but if y'all ain't read the manga, bro, y'all really don't know how evil Sukuna is. Like, I'm serious when I tell you this guy is on demon time all the time. Anyway, he has two hands. These are for when he uses his malevolent shrine. I think I said that correct. I hope I did. If you see him do these hand signs, run. And actually, it don't matter. You still gonna die. But yeah, you can try. But I love that they included these. And then, of course, he comes with two fist hands also. Now, last but not least, he also comes with something unexpected, an alternate expression for Yuji. Let me get him to stand up. As you guys can see, he comes with a face where he's actually talking to Yuji, and I never would have expected this from SHF, but I really like this. And the paintwork on this Yuji face is different from the originals that we got, man. They really upped it a little bit. This almost looks more like a Figma face. I don't mean that in a bad way. It looks good. I'm just saying the paint is very, very clean on it, and it doesn't look like the same kind of paintwork they used on the OG. Either way, accessory-wise, he comes with enough. Again, this form was only about 15 minutes, so there's not much they could have added. But we will be seeing more Sukuna figures in the future. I can guarantee it. Moving on to size comparisons, here he is standing next to a couple of the SH Figuarts. We have him standing next to the SH Figuarts Yuji Itadori, the SH Figuarts Megumi Fushiguro, and of course the SH Figuarts Satoru Gojo. Now, it's throwing me off, man. Seeing Sukuna smaller than Yuji and smaller than Fushiguro, it's throwing me off, man. I don't know. I feel like this figure is definitely a tad bit too small. Maybe it's just me, but seeing all these together, I'm like, nah, my brain just is not with that. I feel like he at least should have been the same height as the OG Yuji that got released. But then again, the torso could be a tad bit elongated on the Yuji figure, but it's hard to tell because of his jacket, and it's still appealing to the eye, and it looks like it's aesthetically correct, versus this Sukuna is completely shirtless, and my imagination's telling me he needs to be bigger. So I don't know. It's up to you guys. It still looks good though. Now, next up, here he is standing next to the Figma Jujutsu Kaisen figures. We have him standing next to the Figma Yuji Itadori, the Figma Nobara Kugisaki, and the Figma Satoru Gojo. I feel like this looks closer to how it should be, but I don't know, man. Now, it's weird because even the Figma Yuji is taller than Sukuna, and my brain is just not with that. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Is this figure too small or not? Here he is standing next to the SH Figuarts Chainsaw Man, which I just reviewed. Go check that out if you haven't already. We have him standing next to the SH Figuarts revived Naruto line, Naruto Uzumaki. And one that I forgot, we have him standing next to the SH Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen Zero Yuta Okotsu. Again, Yuta taller than Sukuna. Now, last but not least, here he is standing next to a couple of characters who I found to be just as evil as he is. We have him standing next to the Mafex Batman Hush Joker, a Marvel Legends, I believe, I don't know. I'm going to say Maximum Carnage or Absolute. It's one of those two. It's Carnage. You guys know what it is. And then, of course, last but not least, the Bandai America Stranger Things Vecna, or Big Vec, as I like to call it. Now, for my final thoughts on this figure, there's nothing really that blows me away like the rest of the JJK figures. It's Sukuna. He's not really my favorite character. This is just one that I had to add to the line because I'm going to complete it no matter what. Now, that being said, my response to this figure could have been probably way different had this been him in the robe. Now, that's not something I'm going to harp on, but I just much rather would have preferred that. That being said, there's still some good to this figure. I like the upper body, the musculature, everything looks really good. The tattoos and everything are painted on clean, but for the most part, I really only care about the hands and the faces, as I'm more than likely, like I said, going to be swapping these on to the Yuji figure. I just think that it looks a lot better, and to be honest, I know it probably would have been seen as a cop-out by most, but I would have much rather enjoyed having a Sukuna on the Yuji body entirely versus getting this. Now, this is cool, but this is something that lasted for one episode, so it wasn't entirely necessary. And we're going to see Sukuna fighting Yuji's fully clothed body at least one more time in the anime. I know that much, and that's not a spoiler. That's just telling you something's gonna happen. Yeah, I like it. It's cool. Not my favorite. Not something that I'll pose around a whole lot as is. But yeah, if you see it on my Instagram, you pretty much know what to expect. But is it a good figure? Definitely. Is it worth picking up? Definitely. I don't see this one going for a very expensive price. Honestly, I don't think any of the JJK stuff has. So yeah, get it while it getting's good. Don't let this figure go up in price if you plan on getting it. He is the big baddie of the series, so honestly, I almost feel like it's mandatory to pick up. Now, I know he is sold out overseas. Not sure what it's looking like domestically, but the next thing I need you guys to do is go and get Ghetto. Ghetto is coming out next month, and again, y'all, we need more villains in the JJK line, so support these figures. Go pick up that Ghetto. I feel like it's going to be a really fun figure, and if you're a fan of the series, you gotta have it. But anyway, that's my review on this guy. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.